Hello and welcome to the Faces of UCM, where we talk with students and faculty of UCM and get to know them better. I'm your host, Abbey Daniel, and today I get the amazing pleasure of sitting down and speaking with Professor Nikki Freeman. Hello, Nikki, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I wanted to bring you onto the show because I know you have like a real passion for fitness, and I kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit more about that.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, so have you always been into fitness?
Not really. When I was in high school, so a couple years ago, I was actually super gangly, so I tried to be into fitness, but things weren't clicking at that time. So I was like a golfer, and that's it. But it wasn't until about, 6 or 7 years ago that I really got back into running, and then that led to weightlifting and yoga and everything else. And then, really things started to click into place about 5 years ago, and it just became a huge part of my life.
All right, that's awesome. So what is your favorite form of exercise?
Ooh, that's so hard to answer because so many of them address a different, component of your life. But I love pairing yoga and weightlifting together because I feel like they're so complementary. So I feel like I'm answering two things to your question.
How do those work together?
So with the weightlifting, you're obviously building strength.
Sure.
And a lot of times when we build more muscle, we start to lose flexibility and mobility. But when we pair it with yoga, which is all about flexibility and mobility, we're getting the best of both worlds. So you're building strength, but you're not losing the mobility and flexibility component while you do it. And it's so good for like mental and emotional wellness as well.
Sure, yeah. So would you say that's your like go-to workout plan?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Do you do that like every day for like the entire week, or do you like to like kind of split it up?
Usually I do my weightlifting in the morning, and then I end it with yoga at night because it's a nice way to decompress from the day, just get settled in, get relaxed and ready for bed.
So I've never really done yoga. Okay. But like how long so you said that you started doing this like 5 years ago, right? So is that when you started doing yoga, or was yoga something that you later brought in after starting to work out again?
So I brought it in later. I'm going to admit, I was one of those people that was like, yoga's not really a workout. And if I'm at the gym, I want to make sure that I'm sweating and getting a good workout. And then I just got so tired of my body and my muscles hurting all of the time. So then I started to add in more yoga, and that helped tremendously. Then I started to realize the benefits I was getting from it mentally and emotionally. And then I tried hot yoga, which is like the best thing ever. Yeah. And that's really like what started my passion there.
What do you think like your favorite yoga pose is then? Like what do you think gets the best stretch?
Well, my hips and abs and glutes are always really tight. So I would say that pigeon is probably one of my favorites. And then double pigeon or fire log, which is where you have your legs like stacked on top of one another. Ooh. Super great for opening your hips.
That's a good thing that's good to know, I guess I should say, because I've always had trouble with my hips as well. So maybe I should try it.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
All right. So I'm not really sure if people know this or not, but Nikki is a fitness instructor, and I found that out a while back when we first met. Yeah. So how many different classes do you actually teach?
So I teach, during the week, so Monday through Friday, I have 6 different classes that I teach, yoga and bar classes. So that's a strengthening and toning class that takes positions from ballet. It's not a dance class. It's like squats and lunges forever and a day. Okay. And then with body weight and small hand weights as well. But like I said, we take positions from ballet. So first, second, third, fourth position. So those are the classes that I teach. Then I teach an occasional Saturday as well. And then I do my own personal workout plans in the mornings.
All right, so we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will hear more from Nikki about her fitness journey.
I support one student in college with a scholarship. Just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education. I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation.
For more information, call 1-800-753-3436.
I like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're giving back.
All right, and we are back. So I also wanted to ask you more about like your being like the fitness instructor and stuff for all of these different courses. How does that kind of, does that interfere with like you being a professor here?
I just have to manage and balance my time really
Sure.
well. So that's why I work out super early in the morning. Like I get up at 4:15.
Wow, that was my next question
Yeah.
actually, was what is a daily Nikki plan look like?
Sure, okay. Well, I get up at 4:15. I'm at the gym by 5. I do my own thing there for a little bit, and then I go home, get cleaned up, and I am here ready to teach classes by 9:30. And then I'm here for a good portion of the day, teaching
Sure,
classes, meetings, doing all of that. And then eventually I get back to the gym for nighttime classes. So really it doesn't impact my job here at all. Probably makes me a better professor, I think.
Sure, yeah. So what do you think your favorite class is to teach? Like, I know
Definitely hot yoga.
hot yoga.
Yeah, it just feels so good. And now that winter's coming, it's so cozy.
Yeah, I bet it is. Oh my gosh, I guess I would have to come. Maybe I'll
Yes.
come to one.
You should. You
Where are they?
So it's at Total Fitness Gym in Sedalia, and I teach
Okay.
on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
It's so relaxing, so refreshing.
Yeah, so for like the hot yoga, how long do those classes usually last? And like
Just
kind of
an hour.
just an hour,
Yep.
and that's just like sauna style.
Yep, it's at about 96 to 98 degrees, and we go through some yoga flows, and then the end of class, you just totally lay on your mat and relax. You get a cool cloth for your head. Super calming, super rejuvenating, feels really good.
Yeah, so you were saying that like you get up super early in the morning to go to the gym every day. Where do you go?
I go to Total Fitness.
Oh,
Yep.
you go to, are you like, do you live there?
I live in Sedalia. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's so good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, so I remember when we went on our little study abroad trip, you were getting up every morning, going and running and things like that. Is that like hard for you? Is that like something that's just super easy for you when you travel, or is that like does that kind of feel like a chore when we travel and stuff?
Honestly, it's such a huge part of my daily routine that if I don't do it, I feel a little bit out of sorts.
Sure.
So it's not difficult at all for me to do that when I'm traveling. In fact, I kind of need it because it just helps me start the day off right, helps me feel like I've got my routine down, and gets me focused and energized for the day.
So when you run, what is your like go-to like mileage, I guess? Like what are your distances for your runs?
I'm not much of a runner, so I'll do,
I'm not either.
like 3 to 4 miles, and most of the time it'll be intervals. So I'll run for a little bit, and then I'll walk, and then run, and walk.
I'm the type that's like, okay, I'll run a mile.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, where's your favorite place to run and like go on runs?
Well, St. Andrews, Scotland.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, is it somewhere we've been?
Yes. St. Andrews is the most beautiful place because it's right there on the beach, and the scenery is just so stunning that it's breathtaking. It really is.
So if you could give any advice to like yourself from like say 5 to 7 years ago, whenever you first started, what would it be?
I think I would tell myself to remember that wellness is very holistic. So think about mind, body, emotions, and how all of those play a part in your overall health and wellness. Like you can have a super healthy body, but if your mind and your emotions aren't in the right place, you're not going to feel centered and balanced, and vice versa.
Sure.
So for me, I think I would have started making sure that I was being more inclusive of all of those parts much earlier in my fitness journey, as opposed to like, I just need to sweat all the time when I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Let's
I
think
totally
about,
get that.
yeah, let's think about the big picture
Sure.
and what's going to keep me active for the long run, as opposed to just being super active for a short amount of time and then getting hurt. Because ultimately, my goal is to be able to do this for as long as possible.
All right. Well, that looks like we are about out of time. And thank you, Nikki, so much for coming on the show. This has been Faces of UCM. I am your host, Abbey Daniel, and thank you so much for watching.